Hi, my name is Katie Torpey, and I'm the writer-director of the movie Truth About Kerry.
And I am Ciaran Hope, and I am the composer for the movie Truth About Kerry.
And we're sitting here talking about the music and the movie. A lot of times when, on a creative effort, if someone's in the role and in the zone, you just let them do their thing, and then you go back and look, and you just were on a tear.
Where you're in that zone, and you're so in the zone that you start work at 7 a.m. or something, and the next thing you know, it's 7 p.m.
Right.
You've forgotten to eat.
Yeah.
You've forgotten to do anything. You may not have even washed your teeth. You just sat in there thinking I'll be 5 minutes, and the next thing you know, it's hours and hours later.
Right.
And
right.
that's a microcosm of what we're talking about, which is the same thing, which is, you're working cue to cue to cue, and I know I would take maybe 10 cues at a time, I think, like 10 give or take.
Right.
And I hit the ones I wanted and I know I was spreading it because I wanted to keep exploring to make sure I was on target, because the last thing I wanted to do was write a few cues and then, show them to you, and I've gone in the wrong direction.
Right.
So I know I'd write 5 or 10, this character, that scene, this situation, like very dramatically different cues. They weren't all the same.
Right.
And then, you'd come by, we'd check what we thought about them.
Right.
And if the feedback was good, suddenly this level of calm came in where you said, now I know what to do with the next 5 or 10.
Right,
because
right.
little by little we ensured that we were both on the same
We were
yellow
going in
road,
the
so
right
to speak.
direction. It was like once you nailed it, you got the foundation. It was just
Yeah. So so we did that, and I think that's how we worked. But then we had started that by having a grand old spotting session.
Yes.
Which is essentially Katie, myself, Sean, the music editor, and her assistant just went through the movie over like half a day pretty much, where you go through scene by scene, frame by frame, saying, where do we want to start music, where do we want to stop music,
Completely.
what does it achieve?
And do we need music in the scene or not? Is it more powerful without the music, or can we use music to make the scene bigger, better?
Or I know, some of the things I certainly always tend to bring up in those sessions is I fight for scenes not to have score sometimes.
Right.
Where, like you guys might think you wanted a score, and I'm either inclined to say no or inclined to say, let's put a song in there.
Right.
Because, maybe an action movie or something, my take on it is, it shouldn't all be score, It should be basically where it's required. If it's not needed, don't put it in.
Right.